Ladies and gentlemen, Kuzangpo, and welcome back to the Bhutan Premier League qualifiers as we get ready for another exciting encounter. Today's match features the youthful energy of the Bhutan under-17 side taking on the THIMPHU Ravens. Both are coming off of multiple losses. They are still yet to get their points on the score table as we await the national anthem to set things off. Ladies and gentlemen, Kuzangpo, and welcome back again between the face-off of the under-17 side and THIMPHU Ravens. Both are currently pointless on the score table. As here are the lineups for today. For the under-17 side, we have Kamal Jixel on goal with 1, Aiden Tarchan, number 9, Som Rinchen, number 2, Topden Jixel, number 3, Namgit Tenzin, number 4, Som Doji Wangchu, number 5, Chado Wangchu, number 7, Ugen Setsum Namgil, number 8, Pema Jatso Tsering, number 10, Kinle Dao Tsering, number 12, and Laveen Rai, their only goal scorer so far, has 2 goals in 3 games. So far, while for the THIMPHU Ravens side, we have Ngong Jumpel on goal with number 22, Nyima Ezer, the captain, number 14, Jimmy Doji, number 3, Karma Jamso Teshi, number 5, Kina Tenzin, number 17, Sange Rinchen, number 19, Tenin Doji, 24, Prince John, 25, Sange Choge Topge, 26, Doji Teng, 28, and Sange Lindom, number 30. The under-17 side come into this match searching for their first positive result of the campaign. They are promising, but they haven't yet been able to quite meet the mark yet. It has been a difficult run so far with 3 consecutive defeats in the qualifiers for the under-17s, including their most recent match where they fell 4-0 to United Finseling. For a young side competing against experienced teams, the learning curve has been steep, but every match offers another opportunity for growth and development. The Ravens, while also arrive looking to bounce back after a tough stretch of their own. They have suffered back-to-back defeats, first against THIMPHU FC in a close 3-2 battle, and then against Samdu Jonkar FC, where they failed to net the crucial equalizer to at least get them a point on the table. So for both teams today, this match represents an important chance to reset, regain confidence, and get back on track in the qualifiers. Everything is set, the Players are ready, and we are moments away from kickoff. Hopefully, this game will be able to cover up for the absolute madness in the game yesterday, where the under-19s put up a scoring clinic, scoring 14 against Samjongkars 0. There is the THIMPHU Raven side in yellow and the under-17s in the national white. There is Nyemaeze there, initiating the kickoff for THIMPHU Ravens as we await the countdown to finally set things off for the surprisingly exciting match. Both teams desperately need the 3 points to at least get a chance to make it to the top of the table or save themselves from the bottom. There's the opening whistle as THIMPHU Ravens set it off. Karma jumps over, sending off to the right. Not enough, some dodgy for the cleanup. We have seen a couple of capable players from the under-17 side. There is one, Pemajaso. We have learned that he is from a footballing family. His elder sister, the captain of the women's national team, Pemacharan from Thimphu City, while his brother is the popular Ogawanchit Siring. They do have immense presence and energy in their captain as well, in the Interchan number 9. He has been absolutely critical and crucial in getting those second chances for the under-17 side. Does play more of a creative role for the team, has managed a couple of attempts himself. They also have Laveen Rai, their only scorer, down on that right wing there. He did have that absolute screamer from long range in that first match for the under-17 side. And the finish in their second. He is the only player to have registered a goal for the under-17 side so far. Even the midfield presence in Somdoji, the big man, especially in the way he puts pressure on the ball coming through the mid lane. Has been a delightful sight to see, as there is an attempted through ball. No chance there. Levine for the cleanup. Space down the right flank. Pass played in the middle to Levine. Not enough touch on that to get the possession. Opportunity now for THIMPHU Ravens to get on the counter. Sangil Hinub had a tough time getting back on his feet after that challenge. That is something we will be seeing throughout this game. Both the young teams, the under-19s and the under-17s, have been immensely successful in their physical challenges. Despite the age difference, they have not lost at all in the physical department. They have been sending clean challenges, hard challenges at that too. Also, one of the key cornerstones for the under-17 side, their goalkeeper, Karma Jixel. The goal conceded amount would have been totally different if it hadn't been for that man at the back. Long jump hill. Decides to play it out to the right, left. Prince. He has been on point with those long passes. But it has been quite a drop in performance, especially from the first half he played against THIMPHU FC in THIMPHU Raven's first qualifier run. He was on point and did help manage to get THIMPHU Ravens the 2 goals. But the drop in performance, especially from that returning from that halftime break in that first game, was a different story altogether. Levine Rai. Advantage down that right flank. Phenomenal through ball played out to Yentin Tarchin, but Prince again showing why he is a part of THIMPHU Ravens. His vision, especially out of possession, has been exceptional, getting to through balls before the target man. Space down that right flank, and the Tarchin with the opportunity sends it out inside for the cross header! Nawang Jampel caught off guard with that cross. And there is the opening inside the first 6 minutes. The under-17s now lead 1-0. THIMPHU Ravens surprisingly on the back foot in the first 5 minutes. But just so fantastic timing on that run, fantastic positioning to put enough power inside that header to surprise Ngawang Jampel and put it inside the net, as there is an opportunity for THIMPHU Ravens with a corner of their own. Cross played into the box, headed away by the under-17 defense. A miss with that clearance. And then Tarchin now has the chance to make something happen, forced to make a back pass by that pressure from Rinchen as the ball played long. Bemajato there again to challenge that possession, as the throw-in it has been awarded to the under-17s. Now that the under-17s have that lead, it will help them put themselves ahead, especially in terms of mentality and morale. We are seeing something common in the young guys here in the qualifier runs, the under-19s. Yesterday, especially after that first goal, we saw that they could get that hot feet and get on a goal scoring streak. The same should go for these youngsters in the under-17s. Now that finally someone other than Laveen Rai has scored for them, it should give them the confidence they need to remind them that they have the proper arsenal to come up with as many goals as they want against any oppositions, especially here in this table. Prince, hounded by Pemajato, no chance but to send it out for the throw-in. Pemajato, fantastic control on that left foot to send the pass right back. So Mrinchan keeps the ball alive, sends the ball in with that left foot. Was a good idea, in fact, to use whatever balance he had. Just short on that execution as possession. Now goes back to the THIMPHU Ravens. So Mrinchan everywhere on the ground right now. Karma Jixel. Every team in the qualifier so far seems to really like their long balls. Although statistically, they have yet to retain possession on at least more than 50% of them. The few possessions in which they are able to press the defense enough to get that possession back in the opponent's half have been crucial into converting them into proper attempts on goal, as there is one slip. The Ravens do manage to keep it back, however. Doji plays it back. Prince now with the space. Too short on that pass from Sangit Topge. There was that challenge again. Not enough to warrant a card, but a whistle nonetheless. Sangitoge plays it right into the penalty area. Fantastic control with that chest. Yumaezer wins the corner for THIMPHU Ravens. Fantastic possession from the captain there. Sangirinchan will be taking the corner. Played short, attempts a different angle on that cross. Pemajato waited a bit too long on that, as Levine did have that ball, send it right back to Ngong Jampil. Plenty of space for THIMPHU Ravens to work with. Down in the middle as Sangil Hindup has that one-on-one. Unfortunate, however, he was offside. Tenzin plays it to that left flank. Hinton Tarchen. Almost got the ball back as THIMPHU Ravens under the pressure of that goal, under the pressure from the under-17 forwards. Not that they are being denied completely, as there is the captain again with that right foot come. A jigsaw easy save for the youngster. As I was saying, THIMPHU Ravens are not completely being shut down, especially by the gaps opening up in the under-17 backline. The only issue for the Yellows so far have been that they are unable to get proper composure on their attempts. Ball won back by the under-17s. Chadawanchu, plenty of space for him to make his run. Has the runner too short on that through ball. It was intercepted, however. Chado does manage to get it back. Plenty of pace, plenty of space. Has the man of speed. Not enough on that left foot to beat Prince. Now Jumper decides to take it out to the right. Another long ball played. Here's there with the fantastic pace to pressure the defense into sending it out to the sides. Throw-in played short. Too early on that pass back to Nyemayezer. So I would like to take this opportunity to request our dear viewers to please do subscribe to the Bhutan Football Federation channel if you haven't already. Also, massive thanks to our beverage partner Coca-Cola and to our main sponsors, Bank of Bhutan. Opportunity opening up for the under-17s down on that right flank. Prince there. Too physical, too smart to be beaten. Throw-in awarded to the under-17s. Prince not liking that call at all. Well, to be fair, he was the aggressor on those challenges against the 1v2. He did come out on top. Opportunity for a free kick. It will be taken by Ugansetsum Namgyal. He does have a yellow card in their first match, from their first match. Ball played into the box. Right into Ngawang Jumpel. Unfortunate curve on that ball. Did have a runner inches away in front. Also, to give our viewers a quick rundown of the current standing so far, Namla is currently on top with 7 points. They are unbeaten. They have won their first two, but then they did draw against THIMPHU FC, giving them a total of 7 points. THIMPHU FC, on the other hand, have 4 points. They did lose against the under-19 side, which will not count. As a reminder, the under-19s are simply a guest team who are in here to get themselves some experience before they head down to Maldives, probably on the 22nd or somewhere around that date, for the SAF tournament in Maldives. So THIMPHU FC are currently at 4 points. The under-17s have 3 games played, have 3 losses. This is their 4th match and looks like it will be an opportunity for them to finally get some points under their name, as Pemajaso is open on that right flank passes. Back into the middle, Levine Wright decides to play it back, too short on that pass. as THIMPHU Ravens now retain possession. Moving on with the table, United Finnsling do have 3 points from their recent win against under-17s, where they won 4-0. They did lose against the under-19s 2-6, but that won't count. Their first loss, where they lost to Namla 5-2, will count. They have 0 points from that, but their victory against the under-17s do give them 3 points, putting them in the middle of the table. THIMPHU Ravens are currently with 0 points as well. They lost 2-3, they lost 1-0. This is their third game, and with under-17s being a neighbor of their at the bottom of the qualifier table, this may very well be one of their few opportunities to get some points for themselves as well. As for Samru Jonkar, they did win in their first game against the under-17s. They did win against THIMPHU Ravens, both of whom are playing now, and they sit comfortably with the 6-point lead, currently putting them behind Namla FC. They did play again yesterday in a disappointing match against the under-19s, where they lost 14-0. Although it was a match with no points consequences, Samru Jonkar did not play at all. But it does not have consequences, however, and they are currently behind Namla FC. Fierce possession there, as it is opportunity now for the under-17s. Apologies, THIMPHU Ravens to make something happen as the ball played back to Ong Jumpel and Prince. He does love those long-range passes. Will not go for it this time. In the earlier games, he did have a tendency to send the balls out long recklessly when he was under pressure, which did cost THIMPHU Ravens many possessions. But we can't deny that it was one of the better opportunities for THIMPHU Ravens to build up their attacks, as their slow possession game has not worked against most of the teams and their presses. Prince. Ball out to the side to Tanendoji. Plenty of room to operate. Fantastic touch on that pass. Just couldn't beat the defender. Space for Nyumayeze down on that left flank. Unfortunate challenge there from Somrinchen. It will now give THIMPHU Ravens a set piece for them to work with. Sangirinchen will be taking the corner. Plenty of options for THIMPHU Ravens inside the box as the ball is played far out wide. Tanendoji has the opportunity to make the shot! Fantastic effort from the defender. Had plenty of room to work with. Had the wind-up he needed. Unfortunate lift on that ball to send it far out wide to the right. In the qualifiers, we have seen no shortage in effort from distance. Lavin Rai does have that goal from a similar area. Did send out a prayer which scored. St. Gelson does have that effort from the free kick recently, which counted as his first goal. after his appearance, after his injury. Strong showing from CG7 in that match. Beautiful free kick from his side. As the ball played back into the net again, Karma Jixel fully extended to deny Prince on that header. Fantastic effort from Prince. Karma Jixel with the reflexes to deny that goal for THIMPHU Ravens as the ball is played into the back post. Again another corner. Prince heating up, will want contact on that ball again. The Ravens had no room to breathe. They still do manage to come out of it with the possession, as there is that challenge up front on Nyemaezer. They do manage to get that corner off from the under-17s, however. Sangi Rinchin. Ball played back post again, no contact there. Nyemaezer. Almost kept the ball alive. No fruit again on his labor. Unfortunate on that clearance there by Som Rinchin. As THIMPHU Ravens again have another corner. They did put too much power on the ball in their last two attempts. It is perfect this time. Can't say the same for the header. A bit too short on that effort from Jixil. Unfortunate effort there from Nyemaezer, could have been the equalizer. Contact placed too right on that ball. Did manage to send it over Karma Jixil. Was just slightly off to that left. Close call there for the Young Dragons. They are currently sitting with a 1-0 lead. But THIMPHU Ravens so far have not made it feel as comfortable as it should be. Space. Down that right flank, cleared away. As the ball sent to... Hey, offside flag was raised. Close call there again from THIMPHU Raven. They are just lacking that extra bit of effort in that end to create something out of the chances they are getting. It has not been an absolute one-sided bashing like in that last match between the under-19s and Samrujonker, where we saw no chance whatsoever for Samrujonker. It is a much closer matchup in today's matchup between the Ravens and the under-17s. Fantastic run there from Nymaezer. But even more fantastic, that decision making from the young goalkeeper to get to that ball first. Prince. So far, pretty passive football from THIMPHU Ravens. Finally, an accurate pass from Prince. There's plenty of space for Sangarinchin to work with on that right flank. Has to poke it away. Lavin Rai for the cleanup. Prince again with the space. Decides to take it himself. Finally, the pass to Tanidoji on that left. Lavin Rai. Too much space on that. Now plenty of room again for Tanidoji. Phenomenal second effort from Tanidoji. We are getting closer and closer to finally getting something on target from THIMPHU Ravens. And it is coming from the effort of their defenders. Lavin Rai had too much pace. Went too hard on Tanindoji, gave him plenty of room when he finally decided to switch directions and cut back. Beautiful defending there against Chador. Bemajatso. Unfortunate communication there on that pass to the midfield. Hands over possession. Bemajatso finds Chador on that left. Beautiful through ball play to the captain Yentin Tarjan. Plenty of room to work with. Does manage to get that burst of speed to cut to the line. However, it will end up in a corner for the under-17s. Opportunity for the Young Dragons on this corner. They are having their forwards make that run in. The Tarchin almost got to it. Prince there for the clearance. Again, plays the cross into the box. Has the header. Unfortunate on that contact. Prince again back to Tanindoji. Prince switches sides off to the right wing. Sanglinov gets the ball back, plays it in the middle. Kama jumps, a beautiful bit of skill there to get that ball through, ball played out. Not enough pace on that run from Kile Tenzin. But it was beautiful football, it was beautiful possession from the side of THIMPHU Ravens. They are finally connecting. Earlier on, their players did seem to get surprised when the passes came to them. That now seems to be an obstacle of the past. Ball played again to that right flank. Levine tries a through ball to the middle to Yandin Tarchin. Sangrinchen, beautiful retention there. Hands the ball over to Kamajamtso, who loses it. Levine Rai. Somdoji. Tenzin sends it back to Jixel, and it is again opportunity for the Young Dragons to build up a proper attack. Plenty of space down that midfield as the ball was almost sent for a through ball. They do, however, manage to get possession back on that pass from Prince. Topped in Jixel. Ball handed back over to Doji Teng. Tenzin. Sangitomke sends it out wide. Then Doji managed to get there in time. Is against Levine Rai again. Tandoji does have that right foot. Will be one of the better opportunities for attack as Nima Doji. Nima is there. Is down by that challenge from Somrinchen. Challenge did go on Nima Yezer, but it is Somrinchen who is down right now. Medic has to be called. Hopefully this is plenty of breathing room for THIMPHU Ravens. To make something out of this opportunity. Less than 10 minutes remain until the end of the first half. Equalizer sends it out low. Possession again with the under-17s as THIMPHU Ravens fail to build something up on that opportunity. So many opportunities for the side of THIMPHU Ravens. However, they are playing way too slow for them to gain any advantage from those chances. Long ball on that left flank. Jixel manages to slap it away and sends it out long. Pemajatsu at the end. Tanindoji too strong. Snatches the ball away from the youngster. As THIMPHU Ravens waste another opportunity by sending it out middle. To somehow manage to retain possession as there is Sangil Hinup. Sends it middle. Kamajatsu wide to Tanindoji. Sangil Levine Rai on his back does manage to poke it away and get the ball back for the under-17s. Pemajatsu again. Ball snatched away by Tanindoji. Absolute feast for the big man. No choice there for Gensetsum but to send it outside for the throw-in. A couple of words there. Yumaezer. Still a couple of words for the defender as the referee right behind him does let both of them off with the warning. Long ball sent out middle. Fantastic vision to see the run from Kiletenzin. Played like a big man there by Somdoji. Insane physicality from the youngster. THIMPHU Ravens. Minutes away from the whistle. Header. Sangrinchen. Far side of the box. Still has the ball cleared away for the corner. Fantastic bit of skill to beat the first. Not enough to beat the second. As we have yet again another corner for THIMPHU Ravens. Ball played far back. Mayezer almost had that contact on the header. Frustrations definitely building on the captain. Both teams are battling today to settle the debate on which team goes into the qualifier run with no wins whatsoever. Both of them do not have any points next to their names. They are looking for their first. Then Doji, phenomenal through ball to the middle. Nimaizer could very well be an opportunity to make something out of this run. No chance against the triple team. Sangarinchan now space down that left flank. Guts inside, shot goes off of Karma Jigsaw. Finally one of the better opportunities. Finally one of the better attempts from THIMPHU Ravens. Had that shot from point blank. As there's the signal for extra time. 1 more minute has been added as the ball is played back into the box. Space for Tandon. Misses that left foot completely. Choning Zangpo, the sub, does manage to clear it away. Pema Jamso loses the header. Very well, the last possession from THIMPHU Ravens. They do play it inside the box. Costly turnover as possession is handed over to Karma Jigsaw. Tandon Doji, way up front, spooks the goalkeeper a little bit. Pema challenged by Prince. Chador makes the redemption for Pema. There is Som Doji, one of the stronger players from the side of the Young Dragons. Hit it away, and Levine there sends it high as we await the whistle, and there it is. The Young Dragons go into the locker room with comfortable 1-0 lead so far. THIMPHU Ravens multiple opportunities to come back with the equalizer and make the lead on the under 17s. Unfortunate for them, Karma Jigsaw in the goalpost for the under 17s. However, it was quite an eventful match. Multiple challenges, brutal physicality from both teams, and clean attempts so far. However, that extra effort yet to be seen as we head into the halftime break. Ladies and gentlemen, this was your commentator Ugintesh Doji. See you again in the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, THIMPHU and welcome back to the second half between the under-17s and THIMPHU Ravens. The score remains 1-0 in favor of the Bhutan Football Federation under-17 side. Here against THIMPHU Ravens, it has been a fairly quiet stretch of the match over the past few minutes, and neither side has really managed to build sustained attacking pressure, and much of the play has been converted into long balls and turnovers in terms of possession. However, a couple of close calls have come for both sides. Notably, we did have that point-blank attempt for THIMPHU Ravens, which was denied by Karma Jixel. However, this quiet moment will not displease the under-17 side, as they will want to hold on to their lead. The Ravens, on the other hand, will know they need to find a bit more urgency going forward if they want to get themselves back into this contest. There was a substitute at half for the THIMPHU Ravens side. The goalkeeper Ngong Jumpel, who was substituted out for Jambe Wangchu, who is now in goal for the Ravens. Shot from the captain, Yumayezer. Fantastic positioning, however, from Karma Jixel. Was right there, even if the shot was on target. And now the under-17s with the opportunity for a goal kick. And then Tarjan. Cross sent down into the middle. Prince was down from that challenge from Intan Tarjan. Referee now at his side, evaluating the situation. The under-17s do have that throw in. Will play it short. Levine Rai. Can't he hold off Sangil Hindop? Not much Levine could do. Throw in now from Danindoji for THIMPHU Ravens. Yumaezer. Left-footed cross sent into the middle. Karma Jixel shoved down. Ball sent again, headed away by Danindoji. Possession still with the under-17s. It Tarjan too little on that pass. Possession handed over to THIMPHU Ravens as they have that through ball played out to Yumaezer. Fantastic positioning from the captain. Fantastic burst of speed there. Could not beat the third defender. He does manage to get a corner from the under-17s, however. They have come close multiple times. Surprisingly, they do not have much advantage over the youngsters. In the box, the youngsters doing a phenomenal job of defending against the grown men in the THIMPHU Raven side. No threat there from the corner. Quiet game again in the second half. plenty more time until the final whistle. So THIMPHU Ravens do have a chance to get back into this match and maybe even get a couple more goals under their name to take the lead over the under-17s. So far it has been the under-17s, the Young Dragons, with the initiative on attack. They are showing their signature grit and effort way out front, pressing the defenders. Beautiful efforts coming from the side of Chador and the captain Yentin Tarchan. Pemajatso has the opening goal in this game, has the opening goal. The third so far for the under-17s, the first two coming from the side of Levine Rai. Shot off that deflection. Easy save there for Jixel. Levine sends it out to the right. Pemajatso. Not enough on that. Levine sends it out middle. Space out on that left flank. Beautiful challenge there. Forces the under-17s to make a hasty clearance as Prince sends it back. Phenomenal effort there from the captain Yemaezer. Plenty of pace, plenty of space. Trips over himself. Was otherwise a beautiful possession from his side. Levine heads it back to each other. Beautiful skill there to switch. Foot there does not beat the challenge there from Sangitoke. There is that replay again. Challenge game from Jimmy Doji. Space. Could have made a much better effort on that shot. But especially after yesterday's match, we are not seeing that much effort from the teams in this qualifiers. Chador has that space to work with. Does not beat his man, however. As there's the captain again. Hopefully he doesn't waste this one. Yemaezer has that one-on-one. Does not like it. Fakes the back pass. Has that left foot deflected off of the defender. Throw in now in the dangerous opportunity, in the dangerous position. Yemaezer. No proper development on that effort, and it is now a goal kick for the under-17s. Yemaezer stolen away as he was looking, scanning for his options. Fantastic through ball out to the left shadow. Yentin Tarchan. Plenty of space to work with. Does not beat the last challenge, however, as it is now a corner for the under-17s. Chador on that corner, plenty of manpower for the Young Dragons inside. The box cross played well into the middle, headed away by THIMPHU Ravens. Sanglindup does have the pace. Does not, however, have the physicality to beat Somdoji. He is down on the ground. Somdoji again wins the possession back. Pemajatso back to Somdoji. It didn't touch it back to Somdoji again. Too ambitious with that left foot, however. Not enough pace from the under-17s as they are forced to retreat on that attack again. And Newman's ball on that left. Obviously late challenge as the referee. Yellow card for Jimmy Toji. Chuning Zangpo did have that pace. Did manage to get to that ball first. Too late of a challenge from Jimmy Toji. It will be the first yellow card for this match. Seems like Chuning is okay, however. And now the under-17s with the opportunity to make something happen in the opponent's half. Ball played into the penalty area. Left-footed shot from Levine, not enough. Shot went off that deflection. It will be Ugin Setsum taking that corner for the Young Dragons. Left-footed cross goes into the box. Prince soars above the rest to send the ball back. Yumaezer too heavy on that effort from him. Ball played back to Sangilhinup. They still are in the opponent's half, however. Then Doji looking for that long shot again. Way far out. The ball died down before it even reached the goalkeeper. Went too far off to the right. It will be a goal kick. Jigsaw. Still anyone's ball. It is Chador at the end of it. It's in Tarchin. Chuning Zangpo with the fantastic pass over to that left flank. Plenty of room now for Chador. Has that overlap if he wants it. Opportunity denied as they now have to resort to a throw-in. Showing Zangpo, fantastic effort from the substitution so far. Ball still alive. Prince. Accurate clearance as the ball almost gets to Nyumayezer. Intercepted early. Levine Rai has his man beat. Ball sent into the midfield from Doji. Plenty of options to work with. Saw that pass. Not enough power to connect. As THIMPHU Ravens now have the initiative. The captain, Nyumayezer, holds on to the ball for too long. Multiple changes of possession in the last couple of minutes. Both teams finally seems to be heating up. The under-17s are going into this brutal exchange with a 1-goal lead. There is Prince. The Ravens have been going band for band with the Young Dragons. The captain has managed to get so many possessions for THIMPHU Ravens into the opponent's half. He will want more support, especially from his wingers. Nyumayezer has been forced to hold on to the ball for way too long as he waits for his options to arrive, which have taken plenty of time, as there is a missed pass from Pema Jasso. Thought He had a teammate there. Unfortunately for him, he did not, as Tanindoji will have that chance to send that through ball again. Nyuma is there again. Ball played into the middle again. Fantastic touch as he goes down. Referee calls it clean. Some Doji with the opportunity to build something up for the youngsters. Hinton Tarchin. Too weak on that pass. They do manage to get the ball back. Stolen again. Will be a throw in for THIMPHU Ravens. We have arrived at the 1 hour mark. Half an hour more to go. THIMPHU Ravens did come into the qualifiers as one of the favorites from most of our audience. Most audiences did have THIMPHU FC as their number 1 and either Namla or THIMPHU Ravens as their number 2. THIMPHU Ravens have been disappointing so far, as there is one of their starters, Ngong Something, finally coming in. And Kinzang Dendrup coming in for Sangil Hindup. Hopefully, with the changes to the front line, THIMPHU Ravens will have now much better odds, fresher legs, and finally the energy they showed us in their first few games. Nyuma had wonderful vision on that ball. Just slightly off as it is now. A throw in for the Young Dragons. Chador. Sangarinchan with the challenge. Wins the throw in. Ball played middle to Nyima Yeser. He is down. Not much to think about on that challenge there for the referee. Whistle came immediately after. Then Indoji will be the first close attempt. For the defender. And one of the first close attempts for THIMPHU Ravens. They do have options. Nyuma Yeser is on the ball. Sangatopke is on the ball. And Tanindoji, the absolute monster on the right foot. Seems. Nyuma Yeser plays it right down to the middle. No threat there for Kamajixel. And there is another sub coming in for the Young Dragons. String Chera Jumto coming in for Levine Rai. Levine Rai has been one of the standout performers for the under-17 side in their qualifier run so far. So Tringchera will have plenty of shoes to fill up. Panic there on that clearance. Nyuma is Boji Sangarinchan. Atkins and Gabo making that run. Absolutely hounded by the THIMPHU Raven defense. No chance there to get the ball across as there is Ngong making that run. Forces stopped in Jigsaw into the clearance. Throw in from a much better possession. A corner. My bad. Sangirin Chen taking the corner. Plays it far out wide. Header does connect. Still anyone's ball. Prince could not control that as there is Sring Cheddar. Almost won that battle against Prince. Then Doji. Absolute javelin into the box as there is a connection from Ngong Samten. Fantastic effort on his first touches after his substitution. Finally, the spark coming through from the forwards of THIMPHU Ravens. The sub does seem to have worked out for them as they are having much better odds in their attack. And most notably better numbers inside the opponent's half after the substitutions came through. Unfortunate pass there, Prince there for the cleanup however. Acrobatic clearance there, still anyone's ball. Then Doji, unbeatable in the physical department. Karma Jamso, fantastic possession. Has the cross played inside, right to Jigsaw. He did have options with Ngong Samten and the right wing. Less than 25 minutes to go until the end of this match. THIMPHU Ravens finally showing glimpses of why they are one of the teams to watch out for in this qualifiers. Fantastic run from the captain, Yumayezer. Has the one-on-one. Has that burst, not enough on that left foot however. Denduk does come in for the cleanup. Too many defenders in the way to get a clean attempt. He was thinking of it. Prince. Finally beaten. Then Doji still there. Some Doji. Shot intercepted early. Poked out from behind. As the ball is sent into a corner. Close call there, but brilliant defending from THIMPHU Ravens. It will be Uginsetsum on the corner for the Young Dragons. The under-17s do have the manpower they need. Most of them seem to be posting up near the back post and then Tarchen slipped. Unfortunate, despite his fantastic positioning. Kamachamso sends it long middle. Pemachaso, his first touches in a while, and he makes it magical. Beautiful bit of flair there from the youngster, Chador. And then Tarchan sends it back to Somdoji. Amazing pace from Sring Chedat, and then Doji is beaten. Offside flag raised, however. It was a beautiful possession nonetheless. From the under-17s, now finally opportunity for THIMPHU Ravens to make use of their substitutions. Nyumaezer downed on that challenge. And a yellow card. Equalizer doing wonders for the THIMPHU Raven side. Tandoji and the captain Equalizer. The captain seems to be the one taking it. THIMPHU Raven finally have enough manpower inside the box. Ball played high and low as the touch goes off from Gong Samten! I don't think there was any contact from the men in the box. It was an unfortunate slip up from the side of Karma Jigsaw. Misjudged the trajectory of that ball. The goalkeeper thought the header would send it off right, ruined his position. The ball had a clear pathway to the back line for the equalizer. Fantastic efforts from the THIMPHU Ravens forwards to send Jigsaw offline. He has Chador on the left, takes the shot himself in Tarchan. Chador waited for years for that ball. And then Tarchan drew three defenders, could not take advantage of the open man on the left. The crowd finally on their feet after waiting for more than an hour for both of these teams to come alive. Gong Samten manages to get the ball back for THIMPHU Ravens. Topge sends it out right. Now side flag raised against Sangye Rinchen. Costly slip up there. But it was a phenomenal effort from the THIMPHU Raven forwards inside the box to throw the goalkeeper. Gave him multiple reads to make. Ended up making the wrong one. Goal went in unguided. Ugen Setsum to Tringcheda on the right. Prince is there. And gave him no room to cut through his physicality. Ugen Setsum with that press. THIMPHU Ravens to manage to retain possession. Ball played middle to Kama Jamso. Will decide to send it out right to Sangarinchin. Fantastic control with that chest. Has the pace, has the space. Joining Zangpo, fantastic defending to deflect it for the corner. The under-17s so far have been passive. They did have the early initiative in the first half. But it is THIMPHU Ravens finally with the icebreaker to break out of this quiet stretch. Still, Tanindoji, right foot volley off that crossbar is number 24, Tanindoji. We saw it coming from miles away. So did Jigsaw. Not enough time to react. Devastating power on that right foot. Phenomenal strike from the defender, and somehow THIMPHU Ravens have clawed their way back. They now have the lead against the under-17s. 2-1. monstrous effort from Tandin Doji. We did see glimpses of his power early on in the first half. And finally it connects. And what a beautiful, beautiful sight it was. That ball had no dip whatsoever, hit the inside of that crossbar. No chance for Jigsaw. As there is Sangarinchan again with the extra effort. That goal now leading THIMPHU Ravens into something magical, as there is the miss pass. They do have the throw in, however. Ball played into the middle. Under 17s. Pemajamso. And then Tarshan sends it out wide. Chador. The chemistry between the under 17 forwards and the midfields from Doji has been exceptional throughout their qualifier run. But they are having difficulty producing something for themselves today. Chador is on the corner. After the quiet lead they had in the first half, finding themselves in the back foot will put pressure on them, as there is panic on the corner. Placement too low, went out of bounds and into the side of the net. The Ravens are on fire. Nyima Ezer has been spearheading the THIMPHU Ravens offense on his own way too hard on that pass, however, kept alive. Fantastic effort as Sangarinchan comes alive in the second half. Slip up there, Ngong something almost on that ball. We do have to respect the fantastic decision making from the side of the THIMPHU Raven coaching staff to make the proper substitutions. Ngong Something and Kinsan Dendrup have been absolutely instrumental in bringing the THIMPHU Raven attack alive, as there is again phenomenal effort from the captain. Nyima is there. Powerful left foot. Jigsaw, however, had the hands to save it. THIMPHU Ravens are feeling themselves in the final stretch of this match. People do have them as one of their top two teams to make it up to the Premier League. Pass played way too low, did not have anyone to cover that area. They do, however, still have possession. Yumaezer will get the opportunity to try again. Fantastic defending from the youngster. Still anyone's ball. Ngong Something is making a quiet run for that ball. Unfortunately, slip up there from Namgal Tenzin. Ngong Something almost there. And a corner has been given. THIMPHU Ravens. Merciless, unrelenting pressure in the last 10 minutes from THIMPHU Ravens. Opportunity again. Ball played into the middle. Still opportunity. Too weak. Nyima is there. Has that left foot right into Jigsaw. Lovely positioning from the goalkeeper to deny that opportunity for the THIMPHU Ravens. Tandindoji again on the ball. Goes for that effort from long range. Pemajaso tried a little bit too much on that pass, as it is Kamajamso coming away with that pass to Nyima Yezer, sends it out middle. Ngong Something is there. Ball still alive. Shot goes off with that left foot. Here is the replay on that monstrous shot from Tandindoji. The dink on that crossbar, the sound devastating to the ears of the under 17s. THIMPHU Raven is finally hot and they are showing signs, but that is a costly mistake on them as Chadawanchu has plenty of space to work with down on the left flank. Has the cutter to the left, and then Tarchen shot deflected. Too impatient on that shot, knew that he had one in front of him, let loose in the hopes that it would pass through. Chun Zangpo plays it out to the left, and then Tarchen. Too much challenge for the captain. There is the substitute goalkeeper for THIMPHU Ravens. Jambewanchu did come in for Ngong Jampel. Prince sends it long to the right. Not much accuracy, plenty of power. As possession still retained with a beautiful bit of footwork from Uginsetsum. Referee does blow the whistle on that challenge there. Fantastic footwork from that youngster. Does lose his balance at the end of it. THIMPHU Raven will need to play with patience. The under-17s are not creatures they will want to mess with. They have been fortunate that the under-17s sends an absolute screamer again in response. Setsum likes the options down on that right flank. Fantastic through ball, not enough pace from Tandindoji. But there is the monster that is Prince in the back line. His out of possession vision has been phenomenal. Probably one of the best in the qualifiers in reading the trajectory of the through balls and the long balls. He's basically everywhere the pass ends up. An absolute hound on defense. And is one of the reasons why THIMPHU Ravens can sometimes be reckless with their passes and effort, afford to lose possession and commit mistakes as there is a boot coming off. So Toji, Chador beats his man, beats another. Not enough to beat Jambewanchu. So Doji did manage to make an unbelievable run, got the possession through to Chador despite losing his boot in the middle of it all. Well, he seems to have put it back on as we have Ngong something. Not enough options. He is triple teamed and the pressure from behind does manage to get the possession back. Throw in for the under-19s. Chuning Zangpo sends it out long. Little touch there from Kinzang Dendup to give THIMPHU Ravens the ball back, and there is the captain on that left wing again. A dangerous presence if left unattended. There is Ngong something and does not like his options going forward and sends it back. Beautiful bit of skill there. Kama jumps right there, pass goes to the right to Sangarinchan. Ngong something waiting, has that right foot deflected. Easy read there for that challenge to block that shot. There is Indian Tarchan leading the under-17s by example. No lack in effort from the youngster in the qualifier runs for the under-17 so far. Ball now in the middle, too ambitious on that left foot. Setsum sends it off for a throw-in as there is a substitution coming in. Tandin Gelsen coming in for Som Doji Wangchu. The big man finally taken off. There is a man down, the medic. Gameplay resumes, less than 5 minutes remaining. There is Tenindoji. Phenomenal player. Phenomenal right foot. Long Something takes advantage of the misjudged header. Left foot, not enough commitment behind that strike. Kintang Tendup still not back, still on the sidelines. As the under-17s have the initiative with the goal kick, they will send it long. The pressure has been working. Throw-in given. Chinting Zangpo decides to play it middle. Powerful clearance there. THIMPHU Nongs. The captain Yumaezer almost got to that ball before Jigsaw. Anyone's ball. Beautiful through ball, but there again. Prince decelerated too late. Almost rolled over Jambe Wangchu. Fantastic judgment otherwise from the defender to get the ball to his goalkeeper. THIMPHU Ravens do have a lead. It is not comfortable. In this qualifiers, we have seen plenty of last-minute efforts coming in from the side of teams who are down. A recent example being in the match between THIMPHU FC and Namla FC, where Namla scored in the last 30 seconds, as there is a yellow card for Prince. There is the medic again. Given the physicality of all the players across all the teams, we have seen plenty of stoppages in play due to players being sent down. We have even seen the stretcher come out. The first major injury was Traore, who fell. There is that second goal for THIMPHU Ravens. The multiple waves of finishers in the box completely threw Jigsaw away. It does look comical from our point of view, but we can only imagine the chaos in the mind of Karma Jigsaw. as he struggled to read who would connect with that cross. As we await the signal for extra time, here is the free kick. There are 4 minutes given for this match. Should be plenty of time. This could be the first. Misjudged header, ball still kept alive by the under-17s. Fantastic challenge there. And it will be a goal kick for Jambewanshu. Prince gets the short roll, decides to send it out left. Then Indoji. Kamajamso sends it out to the right, Sangarinchan. Plenty of room to work with. Joning Zangpo, however, ended up getting to that ball first. Three minutes to go. THIMPHU Ravens with the corner. They have a beautiful storyline so far. Did come back after conceding that early goal. Header! Close call there for THIMPHU Ravens. Jixel had no time to react. Just unfortunate on that contact on the header. Again, both teams are currently scoreless on the table for the qualifiers right now. Both teams coming off of multiple defeats. Right-footed bar shot went too low. Again, as I was saying, both teams are currently pointless. And as such, this will be a desperate battle on which team is forced to stay on the bottom of the qualifiers table. Prince manages to send it off. A fantastic touch from Sangarinchan, has options. Yamaezer. Fortunate, fantastic effort on that finishing, however. He was offside. If all the players had the calm and composure Yamaezer displayed in that finishing in the one-on-one against the goalkeeper, the score tally, the goal tally for the qualifiers would have been much more different than what we are seeing right now. All teams are getting plenty of opportunities to go close range, to get attempts from point blank. However, they are lacking the composure to make a calm finish into the net. Long something, a fantastic read. Yamaezer was offside, so that pass will go straight to the under-17s. Less than a minute remaining. Kamajamso managed to get the throw in for THIMPHU Ravens. Sangarinchan gets the ball back. Decides to send it out long. Had the ball, had the range. Went off way to the side, however. It will now be a goal kick for Jixel. Seconds away until the referee blows the final whistle. The under-17s will need to make a complete all-out last-ditch effort. And unfortunate for them, the story today ends with a victory for THIMPHU Ravens. Their first 3 points of the qualifier so far, and the under-17s, their hopes of making it to the qualifiers will go down. 3 points for THIMPHU Ravens, nothing for the under-17s. Beautiful comeback from the side of THIMPHU Ravens. The under-17s did have the early advantage with the goal, but fantastic effort, especially from Tandipenjo and the captain and the substitutes. Something Ankins and Dindu, we have to give respect where it's due. They made fantastic efforts to bring the THIMPHU Raven offense alive in the second half. And with that, the scoreline ends THIMPHU Raven 2, Bhutan Football Federation under 17 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this was your commentator Ugintesh Toji. It was a fun match, much better than the absolutely one-sided beating we saw yesterday. Hopefully, we are treated to better matches again from tomorrow. See you again. This was Ugintesh Toji signing off.